Well, I've now hit the record button, so let's get this thing undergo. So I'm just going to do a couple of really quick refreshers as to what we're trading. We're trading the 1030 EMA in direction of trend, and we're using for our trend, we're using the what do we got here? We're using the 180, the 90, the 30, and the 10. What we're looking for is signal bars and inside bars. Those are the primarily the trades that we're going to take in direction of trend. Let's hope my headset doesn't die on me. It just unplugged. So let's see where we're at here. Why does this keep going back? All right.
So did you say inside bars alone on signal bars?
Inside bars and signal bars. So
right. So I asked Roger a question today. I didn't quite understand his response to, but the indicator I got from you is both inside and outside. You said you guys preferred inside bars.
Yes.
So inside bars can be used for both uptrend and downtrend?
In direction of trend, any trend, either trend.
Any trend.
Yes. Now it does mark both the inside and outside bars, but you can go to the indicator list here for an example, and if you only want it to mark inside bars, let's bring this over. You can display only inside bars true and turn the display outside bars off. So you turn that to false, and it'll only show you the inside bars. It will not show you the outside bars.
Okay, Dave. Can you just run over the EMAs for me, please? What EMAs you have there beside the 10 and the 50? And the 200.
Okay, so I have on the chart, I have the 200, the 90, and the 180. And then we're trading pullbacks of the 10 in direction of trend. Okay.
That means if it is an uptrend, it retraces to the 10 and bounces up.
Right. So there's a pullback for an example right here. This is this candle right here. We had an upward trend. We had a break of the 10.
Right.
It closed above the 10, and then it closed below the 10. Therefore, that's when I get my signal. Here's my signal right here. At the end of that signal candle, the next candle, as long as the next candle breaks that signal, that's where that little red line I have drawn there.
Right.
As long as it breaks, that's in my indicator, it draws that line. It allows me to say for the next 3 candles, that is a valid entry line right there. So as soon as it breaks that line, as long as everything is in order, I will take that trade.
You're only waiting up to 3 candles.
I do not take the trade after 3 candles. It's only valid for 3 candles, and the further it goes into those 3 candles, I'm really going to look at it to see whether or not I'm going to take it. If it breaks on the first candle, I'm in it. If it breaks on the second, I'm thinking about it a little bit. The probability is still there, but it's not as good. And on the third candle, the probability is still there, but again, not as good.
Okay, so most likely looking for entry on the candle right after.
We're looking for the first entry if at all possible. All right.
Right.
So, and we like to trade only the take profit. I'm going to get into that in a second here, as I didn't cover a couple of things yesterday that I should have covered. our take profit is going to be at the bottom of the Ames box. So for an example, in this one here, it would be the bottom of the previous swing low. Or it would be the next big number, because I did explain yesterday that big numbers are very very powerful. So big numbers are zeros, 50s, 25s, and 75s. Okay, zeros and 50s. If you look here in the past, you see here, we have a zero. This green line is a zero right here. All right. It respected the zeros. It didn't break through it. It came up to it. It wouldn't go through it. It broke through it. Went up to it again. Okay, so the big numbers are very, very, very well respected. So those would be your take profits and your take profit levels. Support and resistance is also another level of. So for an example, we have a double bottom here. We have a cluster here, a swing high. So we're gonna look at where in the past we've had resistance or support, and that's where we're going to initially have our take profits and or our stop losses, swing highs, resistance levels, support levels. Does that make sense? Okay, so all right, good. So here is an example. This one here was a good trade. It was good. It was good for 9 pips. It was a solid trade for at least 5, because right here there is a, as you can see, if you draw a line across, I had some, there's resistance here. Right over here, there's lots of resistance at this level here. Therefore, I'm going to look at when I enter that, I got 5 pips there, 6 pips. I'm probably going to get out. But it's because I don't want, if I have 5 pips, that's $50. I don't want to really give it back. Let me move this chart. Let me move this over. Give me 1 second here. I don't know if I can do this. Can I move this over here? Oh yeah, I can. Good. All right, I just moved this off so I can see the chat. If anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to pop them out right away and ask them. Okay, so I'm going to move forward here.
Why don't you widen that chart out a bit?
All right. But my mentor taught me that I should have at least 2 big numbers on the screen all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, no. So here we are. We're looking for shorts, obviously, because our 200, our 180, our 90 are all in a downward direction. Now there's a few other trades in here that I would be looking at, but so here we have an inside bar. All right, this is an inside bar. We would look at our last swing low. So our next swing low is 5 pips away. Our RSI is below 50, which is good, but our stochastics is coming up from oversold area, so it's a valid entry, but it's it doesn't have all of the key elements of taking the trade. Okay, so would I have taken the trade? I probably would take the trade. So I'm going to mark it. Okay, and now I'm looking for, and there it is. There's my 3 to 5 pips. I'm in, I'm out, the very next candle. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and have it pull back on me. I'm happy to take, I'm happy to take my $50, put it in my pocket, and be done with it. All right, because here the next candle it came back up to 0, and then it went way back up. And at one point it was 7 pips behind me, so I was giving $70 back. So there's your exit right there. Your exit is your, and good for 5. Okay, and let's move on. All right, we have an inside bar right here. Again, most of the rules are engaged, but my stochastic's still way below. Oops, I was trying to move this guy down. Anyways, so there's my entry, and boom, good to go. Now there's the big number right there, so that was 17 pips. Okay. So so that was a solid trade. So we're going to continue. We now have another inside bar right here. Okay. Right there. That would be my entry on that inside bar. Okay. And there it is. So I probably would have got stopped out on it, because I would be looking for a maximum of 15 pip stop loss, and that's almost 16 to the. But if it had gone up real quick and shot back down, I might still be in that trade, but no, I'm going to count that as a loss for myself.
Why would you take that trade? You didn't have a break except on that second bar.
Oh,
afterwards.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize. You're right. I wouldn't have taken that trade, actually.
Yeah, you didn't have a break on it.
That's right. You didn't have a break of it except on this candle here, so it actually would have been a successful trade to the big number. You're right. I apologize. Sometimes I forget my own rules or our rules, and but you have to have a break of the candle or of the signal bar. Thank you, Roger.
But Dave,
Yeah.
looking at the stochastics and RSI, well, I'm seeing that I can barely see the RSI by the way. But what did you use for confirmation? Only when it turns red, and I'm seeing it is below 32 at the moment.
Yeah, my stochastics had turned red. My RSI was below 50. I mean, it was a riskier trade for me to take, but when it had gone up and it had come back down and it had broke it, it was okay. It was a good trade for at least 8 pips, because that's the big number. All right.
You're in a serious downtrend.
Yeah, you're in a downtrend, a really, really big downtrend. So, yesterday I was saying be cautious, be cautious, be cautious. And for the new people, you should be very cautious. You should only trade if you should really only trade signal bars and inside bars if everything is coming, if your stochastics is coming down off of the 80, or your 70, 80 mark, and if your RSI is below 50. All right. But as you get better at it, you'll see things like you'll see that there's a major downtrend here, a major downtrend on the 30, major downtrend on the 90. Everything is really starting to push its way down. So, again, you're not looking to stay in the trade for hours. You just want to get in and get out. So your next take profit, is the big number. Therefore, you're good for 8 pips. Make sense? Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. So.
Hey, David.
Yes.
Could you do me 1 second? Can you do me a favor and show me that on 1 minute chart? This whole setup from 1240 to 13 to 140?
On a 1 minute chart?
Yes. If you put a 1 minute chart with the exact same strategy, just put it to 1 minute chart.
All right, so let me draw a line here. Okay, so, but my entry would actually be there. All right.
Put it on the inside bar.
Okay. And let's go to 1 minute.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, it looks good.
What happened?
Yeah, thanks. Just hang on here. I'm getting to it.
Too much information.
Yeah, way too much. I'm way back in December, for crying out loud. Yeah. No. Go back to 5 minutes.
With automatic scroll, Dave, you will automatically scroll to current.
Actually, let's do this. All right, and
I didn't take it off on scroll bar.
there we are. Let's go to 1 minute. All right. Where are we? I passed it already? Yeah, I did. There's start. Oh boy, this is, I didn't really want to do this, but all right.
Sorry about that, man.
No, that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Just give me a second here. I'll get to it. There we are. Okay, there you go. There's your 1 minute chart.
Could you pull back one more? Could you zoom out?
Zoom out?
Mm-hmm.
You watch this. Here we are. You watch this here. Here.
Okay, there you go. I've zoomed out.
Here we go.
I like the entries.
Okay. So can I go back to my 5 minute now?
Yep. Appreciate you.
All right. No worries. No worries. So now, let me open this up a little bit more now so we can see it. All right. So let me delete this one. All right. All right. So there's your next inside bar there. Obviously now I know that it's already a good inside bar, so I'm not going to count that one.
Now that cabin where the black dog the.
All right, so all right, I have another inside bar right here. All right, so I'm looking for a break of that inside bar. I have a break of that inside bar. I'm in the trade. Right there. I'm out of the trade already. I'm in it and I'm out of it on the same candle.
What are you doing at sink? You can have it.
Richard, can you mute yourself, please, unless you're talking to me?
Use on the inside.
You don't, I will. All right, so here we have another inside bar, so we're looking for a break of that inside bar there. We don't have it yet. We have it. We're in the trade. All right, and boom, there it goes. You know, you're good for your 5 to 7. We have another inside bar right here. We don't have a break of it yet. We have a break, and I could just tell based on that break alone that it was a successful trade. We have another inside. Sorry?
Yeah, that's just a good example of that inside bar trade.
Yeah.
It just went over and over and over.
Yeah. All right, and we have another inside bar. Oops. Where did I go anywhere? F12 here. All right.
Only every day was like today.
Inside bars every day is like that, pretty much. All right.
I mean with a trend. With a trend.
Well, the trend is always your friend. Here's another inside bar right here.
And it's broken.
All right. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to let me grab it. All right. And that was a good trade, that one. We have another inside bar here. This inside bar, let me move that down to the inside bar. It broke the inside bar. All right. And we have our 5 pips. All right. So we're out of the trade. And it's a good thing we're out of the trade. Now I have a signal here with an inside bar on it. That's a very good trade opportunity.
It's like it's currently at it too.
Oh, what am I doing here?
You need to pop over one more. There you go. There's your signal bar.
There's my signal bar. I don't need that. I have a break of the signal bar. All right, and that was good for 6 pips by itself. I have an inside bar in the squeeze here. Okay, we call this a squeeze. It's between the 10 and the 30. It's a riskier trade, but it's an entry if you want to take it. You know, you know, your stochastics and everything is up high, so it looks like it's a good one, and your RSI is still below 50, so let's take it. Boom, we have a signal candle right after it. So let's do a measurement here. We're good for our 5 pips there, easy. There's 8 there actually. And away it goes. We have another inside bar here. Okay, it hasn't broke yet. Okay, it's no trade. We have an inside bar again in the squeeze up here. RSI is above 50 now, so
Beware.
Beware. You know, but your stochastics is high. It's an iffy trade. It's not one I would take. But let's mark it. It broke. You know, no, because there's an entry here. So let's see what we would have got here. If we had taken that trade, we would have had an 11 pip stop, but we would have been out of the trade the next candle with 5 or 6 pips anyways. All right, but we have a signal candle here. We have a break. All right, and where are we? New York Open. All right, we actually would have lost this trade. It's our signal.
Stopped out.
We're stopped out. Well, I don't know. Big numbers, three pips away. Big numbers, 3 pips away. I personally would have probably got out of that trade. However, You know,
Would you have taken and seen that the statistic was under 50?
oh, I'm sorry, one more time. Ask me the question one more
Seeing
time.
that the statistic is on the 50 mark, would you still have taken it?
That's not stochastics, that's my RSI.
I'm sorry, your RSI.
It's below the 50. It's below the 50 at that point in time.
Okay, alright, no worries.
All right. But again, you know, me personally, 3 to 5 pips, 3 to 5 pips, I'm out. 9, you know, if you look at my history, that's it. 3 to 5 pips. I don't want to give any of it back. So therefore, you know, I try not to. And you know, I had one losing trade today, and if I actually had stayed in that trade, if I had taken my 3 pips when it was offered to me, I wouldn't have lost the trade. But I didn't take it. I was busy doing something else. I didn't take my 3 pips. Therefore, I got stopped out with, I think, 5.6 or something like that. So,
And that's in this trade right here?
sorry? No, this was earlier. This was around Tokyo close this morning. Was the trade that I got stopped out in. But this trade, I probably would have got out with my 3 to 5. But that's in hindsight. I see what it's doing now, so I can only suggest that. You know. All right, so let's move on here. London closed. Now I'm done for the day. All right. So in there we had 18 trades, 1 loser. You know, I marked them all down as I went. We had 18 valid entries on 1 pair, just on 1 pair.
That doesn't happen every day.
No, but you will get at least 1 entry an hour off of every pair, if not 2 entries an hour off of every pair. But you have to understand the trend is your friend. Always follow the trend when trading this system. Make sure that everything is in line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
Where exactly did you lose that trade at? The one you took earlier that you said you lost that one?
I'd have to go back and look at it.
When you mark your trades, where you mark them on the screen, or you write them on a notebook?
No, I actually copy. I took a screenshot of all my trades.
Right. I just started doing that today.
All right, I take a screenshot of all my trades, and I 9 times out of 10 I post it in the room, and I think I actually even posted in the room that I lost it.
Okay.
But I don't remember which one it was at this point. I can go back and look at it, and I can post it back in the room if you'd like.
Okay. Yes, that'll be good. When you trade the sessions, when you trade Asian session, Tokyo session, what assets do you look at? What assets do you trade? You trade
all of
British
these you see on the bottom of my screen is what I trade.
Oh, okay. No,
So I'm looking. When I'm going through my charts, I'm honestly going through them like so. Okay, so for an example, okay, I see an inside bar here. That's a valid entry for me to take this trade. I don't take it this time of day, but that would be a valid entry for me.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a valid entry for me. Again, not this time of day. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't be a valid entry because the 10 is above the 30. This is not a valid entry. Okay, I don't have an entry. I don't have an entry. I don't have an entry. Nothing. 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 And let's bring this forward. Oops. Nothing. Okay, nothing. So I'm flipping through that quick all the time.
Oh, okay.
Every single trade, I'm flipping through that quick. I'm looking at it. I know what I'm looking for. So here I am. I'm looking for this one. Okay, to me this would be a valid trade. It's under 2 pips. I would be interested in taking this trade short if it breaks here. But here's my signal, 1, 2, 3 candles. The signal is no longer a valid trade. This inside bar is a valid trade, except it hasn't broke yet, so it's a no entry. All right. I have an inside and an outside bar here. Okay, I am looking for shorts. Everything is short. Okay, but I have no entry yet. Nothing. And then I go back again and I do it all over again. And I keep doing this. And I look and I look and I also have my alerts. My alerts come up and they pop up and they tell me I have an inside bar, an outside bar, an inside bar on the what time frame it's on. So that helps me out. That's on another, I have that on another monitor. When I'm looking at it, it catches my eye. And I just keep flipping my charts. Okay, so here was a trade off the, here's a trade off the 90 for a short, but I'm not interested in that bounce trade. Bounce trades are very good trades, but I only take my bounces off the 200. That's a whole other trade that I take that I don't.
You stay with the trend.
Right. Okay. So this is how I flip through my charts all day, all session. Roger and I both do it. We'll go from one end to the other and back again. And Roger and I have been trading together for a few years now, and we've.
If I don't catch it, he will.
Yeah.
Right. That's good teamwork.
Yeah.
So
and we, and we don't change the charts. The charts, we don't add dots. We don't add Bollinger Bands. We don't add this. We don't add that.
The same technique.
We use the same thing and the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, and we just keep doing the same thing. And at one point in time, you'll get it. Price action is king, and you're in.
Mm-hmm.
You have to practice. Plain and
Did
simple.
Did you record it this time?
I did.
That's good.
Okay. Good. So,
Dave, what is better to use, RSI or MACD?
I use both. Sometimes. I have a thing what I call the thingy. So if I pull up this chart here, this is my thingy, this red and blue line. Yeah, it's a piece of software a friend of ours uses, and he's given it to us to use. We don't give it out. So that's the MACD.
What's the thingy? What thingy do you use? Where's the thingy?
They're right here down at the bottom. So when it turns
Oh.
red, it's a 15 minute MACD signaling. When it turns red, it's good for a short. So if I look here, my stochastics and my MACD are good. That would be a good short for me. Except again, it's not in direction of trend. But if I'm looking at an indicator, right, and this is the RSI.
Okay, that's a good thingy. It's all right.
It's a great thingy.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, any other questions?
So if you have that thingy, it's better to put the thingy then.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't understand me.
Yeah. No, I'm just not going there.
All right. But I have that thingy. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, yeah. Some of you probably do have it because I probably did put it out there. But.
No, I asked Franklin and he gave it to me. Nice guy, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That Franklin guy. Okay. So. So you guys get the idea exactly what I do. What Roger does. We're just looking for support and resistance, price action, only in direction of trend. Okay. Only in direction of trend. Only.
So when it's trying to reverse, you do not trade, right?
No.
Okay.
It's taken us a long time to learn that lesson.
Right. I understand.
All right. Because when you take counter trends, 50% of the time they will be good, 50% of the time they will not.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one lesson we have learned though. When it does counter trend, the first thing you look for is an inside bar. That'll be your first entry after it clears everything.
Right.
And it usually happens right after it clears it.
Exactly.
Right.
Dave,
Yep.
would you be kind to speak a little bit about money management within system, please, Tom?
Well, money management is, you are your own money manager, number one. All right. Only you can know what you can trade. I mean, so for an example, if you only have $1,000 account, first off, don't look at, I know it's hard not to, but don't look at it as dollars. Look at it as pips. All right. Look at it, honestly, look at it as pips. If you only have $1,000 account, you're not going to trade a full lot because, 3 bad trades and you've got no money left. Okay, so when you're looking at what you have to trade with, so let's say you have $1,000 to trade with, you don't want to trade any more than 1 to 3% of that account. Okay, so that means that you want to take a 0.10, and you want to, get in and get out. Okay, you might look at it and say, oh, well, 0.10 is only going to give me, on 5 pips, is only going to give me $5. Well, but you're only trading a $1,000 account. If you're trading a $10,000 account, 1 lot. All right, and again, if you look at it, 1 lot on a $10,000 account, it's 1%. You don't want to trade more than 3% of your account with any trade.
And it took you a while to understand that, huh?
It took me a long time to understand.
Right.
Losing a lot of money to understand that. But
A lot of tongue lashing.
yeah, and a lot of tongue lashings. That's exactly it. The thing is, you can't look at the dollars. Don't look at the dollars as what they are. Look at the pips, and slowly as your account grows, you can increase that. The dollar value can increase, but at least you keep the pips the same. All right. So once you turn that $1,000 into $5,000, if you're still comfortable at 0.10, stay there for a while. If you want to move up a little bit, go to 0.20. When you get up to 10,000, if you're happy with 0.10, and you're not going to sweat in your pants, stay there. If you are, then it's going to bother you, stay there. If it's not, increase your lot size a little bit. The more money you have, the bigger you can have your lot, but it still works out to the same thing. It's all based on pips. How many pips do you do? How many pips do you want? 20 pips a day on a $10,000 account is $200 a day. What is that in percentage? Right? That's what you have to look at. How much do you want your account to grow every day in percentage? 1%, 2%? 1% a day is a fantastic amount of money to grow. It's 20% a month. You're not going to get any bank that's going to grow 20% a month, ever. All right? So don't look at it as, I have $1,000, I need to make $1,000 next month, because it's just not going to happen. Not without high risk. So did I answer your question, Chatty?
Yeah, I only asked it because you were speaking about it earlier on today, so.
Yeah, well, that's only because people are asking me, because I mean, in a binary world, it's a different thing, guys. You know what, you put $5 in, you know you're getting $8 back if it's a successful trade. If it's not a successful trade, you know you get 0 back. All right. In here, you can, it's your oyster. You can have as much as you want, but you just have to manage it. That's all. Any other questions?
What moving averages do you have? What's the white one, the white dotted one, and the black line sketchy one? Which one is this? 200?
Okay, so
That one right there.
This one here is the 200.
Oh.
This one's the 180.
Oh, okay, 180.
That's the 90.
That's a linear weighted moving average now.
Yes.
The 90 are.
The 180 and 90 are linear weighted. I will put this I will put this template in the room. No problem.
Oh, okay. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
So if you're in our room, I will be more than happy to do it. I'm going to redo up the whole. I'm going to redo a whole new zip, and I'm going to send it into the pit. So if you're a member of the pit, you'll get it.
Not the Forex group.
Yeah, I can send it over there too. I just
Or
yeah.
Could you send it? If not, like, could you send it? Like, could you DM it to me?
Yeah, I can add you to the pit. Anybody who wants to be added to the pit, you'll get signals every day from us. You'll get our trades every single time we take them. Well, not every single time, but 99% of the time. So if you guys want to be added to the pit, there's no cost. We don't charge for it.
All right. If that's okay, could you add me to the pit?
I'll add you to the pit. Yeah, I can do that. I think. Are you a member of mine? Or are you where are you?
Yeah. I came. Back in the day. Back around last year.
Oh, I remember now. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So right there. We've been around a long time.
Yep.
We used to have a live room that we showed our trades as we were taking them.
Well, yeah, you did it for me, and that's when I started to shine.
Yeah. Well, we do that every once in a while. We don't do it a lot anymore.
Right.
I just do other things are in play. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be more than happy to
Do you
add
guys
you.
still do the group calling in the morning?
Pardon me?
Do you guys still do the group calling in the morning?
We post our trades, and if anybody wants to start a conversation, we don't mind getting into a conversation on Skype with a group. Like if somebody calls the group, we'll probably talk. Neither one of us have an issue with that, so. But anyways, any other questions, guys? We're getting off track. No.
Mm-mm. Well, I'll DM you if you.
Can you add me to the group here?
Who's this? Mike?
Mike Schumann?
Yeah, I think I got you in here, Mike, somewhere.
I don't remember being a part of a pit, but it'd be cool to check it out more, see what y'all are doing.
All right, I can do that.
You have reached the maximum time.
I gotta go.
All right, I'm gonna rock her out too here, guys.
All right.
But I'll if anybody PMs me, I'll add them. Okay, no problem.
All right. You need one from me, or you got me?
Mike, I'll have to take a look. If not,
right.
it's the FX plan in Skype. Okay, so but I think I do have you. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys.
Bye bye.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much, Franklin. You are much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. Everybody enjoy. Have lots of pips, guys.